Hello everyone, welcoming you all to One Academy. As you all know, I am Anjali Chauhan and we are covering History MCQ series on our YouTube channel. And in this series, I will also provide you the answers and the sources and the information as well along with the questions. So, this series will help you in your UPSC prelims, PCS prelims and in various other exams too. So, as I already told you that Vani Mehra ma'am is a top educator at Unacademy Plus and she is covering various GS courses on Unacademy Plus like history, geography, etc. And from the 15 June onwards, she also starts the foundation course on Indian polity. So don't waste your time. Just take the Unacademy Plus subscription by using this referral code, that is Vani Mehra. By using this referral code Vani Mehra, you will get 10% discount on your subscription. So don't waste your time, just hurry up. So today's MCQ series topic is Vedas. As you all know, there are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda and Atharva Veda. And today we are covering the part 1 series. In part 1 we will cover 10 questions of this topic. Okay, moving towards questions. First, consider the following statements about Vedas. As I already told you, there are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. Second, the Rig Veda is written in Vedic Sanskrit and Sam Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. The first one is written in Vedic Sanskrit and the other three are written in classical Sanskrit. So is it true? Now select the correct answer using these codes A, B, C and D. So the correct answer here is A, one only. Only the first statement is correct. Why? Because all the Vedas are written in the Vedic Sanskrit. Okay, let's see the information here. Here it is mentioned that all the four Vedas, that is Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda, they all are written in the Vedic Sanskrit. And in the above four, the Rig Veda is the oldest one, oldest Veda. Okay. So if we talk about the source, then the source of this is the information from the class 6 NCERT. Okay. We are covering class 6 NCERT as a source. Okay. So page number 71. Page number 71 is the source of this question from where the question has been framed out. Moving towards next. Question number second, consider the following statements. First, the oldest Veda is the Rig Veda, composed about 3500 years ago. Second, the Rig Veda includes more than 1000 hymns called Sukta or well said. Now identify the correct statement and identify the correct answer using these codes A, B, C and D. So the correct answer here is C. Both the statements are correct here. Let's see how. As I already told you that the oldest Veda is the Rig Veda and that is composed about 3500 years ago. And it includes more than 1000 hymns called Sukta, that is also known as well said. And these hymns are in praise of various gods and goddesses. Okay, so this is the information of this question and the source is the class 6 NCERT. As I already told you, we are covering class 6 NCERT. Okay, and the page number is page number 72 from where the question has been framed out. Question number third, consider the following statements. Sanskrit is a part of family of languages known as Indo-Arabic. Okay, and some Indian languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri, Sindhi belong to Indo-Arabic. Now you have to identify the correct statement and the correct answer using these codes given below. A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both the statements are correct, D, both are incorrect. So the correct answer here is D, neither 1 and 2. Both the statements are incorrect here. See how? Sanskrit is a part of a family language known as Indo-European. Now let's see which languages are included in the Indo-European. Indo-European means Indo means Indian, European means European. Europe, the languages which belong to the Europe. Okay. So some Indian languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri, Sindhi, Asian languages such as Persian Along with Indian and European languages, Indo-European family also consists of Asian languages. Okay, see here, some Indian languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri and Sindhi, and Asian languages such as Persian, and European languages such as English, France, German, Greek, Italian and Spanish. These all belong to this family, Indo-European. Okay, and they are called a family because they originally had words in common, because they had words in common. That's why they are included in the Indo-European family. And in the statement it is mentioned that Sanskrit is a part of Indo-Arabic. That is wrong, because Sanskrit is Indian language and that is the part of the family of Indo-European. And if we talk about Assamese, Gujarati, Hindi, Kashmiri and Sindhi, these are also the part of what? Indian languages, which are the part of Indo-European, not Indo-Arabic. So both the statements are incorrect here and the answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. And if we talk about the source, then the source is page number 73, from where the question has been framed out, and from the class 6 NCERT as well. This is the information from the class 6 NCERT. Question number 4. Consider the following statements. 1. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam belong to the Dravidian family. Firstly, the south, okay, I will tell you later. Second, the languages spoken in Jharkhand and parts of central India belongs to the Austro-Asiatic family. Now read the statements carefully and identify the correct statement or answer here. So the correct answer here is C. Both statements are correct here. See how? The languages used in the subcontinent belong to different families. Like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam belong to the Dravidian family, and the languages spoken in Jharkhand and parts of central India belong to the Austro-Asiatic family, and languages used in the northeast belong to the Tibeto-Burman family. See, this is the map of India. I am making a very rough diagram. Okay, this is the map of India. Sorry. So the south part, जो साउथ का पार्ट होता है उसे हम द्रविडियन, अगर टेम्पल्स की बात करते हैं साउथ में तो हम उसे द्रविडियन टेम्पल्स कहते हैं. अगर लैंग्वेजेस की बात करें तो द्रविडियन लैंग्वेज हो गई. ओके, एंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द झारखंड और सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, झारखंड एंड सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, तो उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? ऑस्ट्रो एशियाटिक फैमिली ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस, ऑस्ट्रो एशियाटिक फैमिली ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस. एंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट नॉर्थ ईस्ट पार्ट, दैट इज दिस पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. ओके, if we talk about for example, this is India. Okay, then the south part is known as, we can say the south part is known as the Dravidian, and Jharkhand and central India central part is known as the Austroasiatic, and the northeast part is known as the Tibeto-Burman family. So from here we can say, that the first statement, that is Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam belong to Dravidian family, it is correct, because Tamil, Telugu we all know that it belongs to the south region of India. So the Dravidian family, it is correct here. And the languages spoken in Jharkhand and central India belongs to Austroasiatic, that is also correct here, because the northeast portion is known as the Tibeto-Burman family. Okay, so the correct answer here is A, 1 and 2 only. Sorry, very sorry, the options are here. Here the options are mentioned wrong. गलत मैंने mention कर दिया है. Okay, A option in is 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 and 2. Okay, so according to that we can say that the C option is correct, that is both the statements are correct. Okay, आंसर से मतलब है अगर ऑप्शन यहाँ पे गलत है कोई बात नहीं, एग्जाम में तो सही आएगा ना. So आपको बस आंसर पता होना चाहिए. Sorry for that. Okay, if we talk about the source, then the source of this question is page number 74 of class 6 NCERT as well. Question number 5, consider the following statements. First, in Rig Veda, Brahmins are the one who perform various rituals. Second, in Rig Veda, Rajas had capital cities, palaces, armies and they collected taxes. So try to identify the correct statement and choose the correct answer by using these codes. A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, D, neither 1 nor 2. So the correct answer here is A, 1 only. Only the first statement is correct. Why? Because in Rig Veda there are two groups who are described in terms of their work. At the time of Rig Veda, the people were divided on the in terms of their work, like priest, or we called it as Brahmins also, who perform various rituals, and the second one is Rajas. Rajas were those people, we can say that the rulers. So they didn't have capital cities, they didn't have palaces or armies, or they didn't collect any taxes at the time of Rig Veda, because we are using Rig Veda word here. Okay, so at that time rajas are not like that, that is mentioned in this second statement. So the second statement goes incorrect here and the first statement is correct here. So the correct answer here is A, option A, 1 only. And if we talk about the source, and the source of this is we can say the classic NCERT as well, and the page number is 75 here. Next question, the famous book on medicine Charak Samhita was written by? This is a very easy question. If you know Charak Samhita related to Ayurveda, we can say. So A, Agnivesha, B, Charak, C, Atriya, D, Shushruta. So the correct answer here is B, Charak. It is mentioned in the book name. Charak Samhita is written by Charak. Okay, was written by Charak. Here the information also mentioned. About 2000 years ago, there was a famous physician named Charak who wrote a book on medicine known as the Charak Samhita. There he states about the human body has 360 bones. This is a much large number than the 200 bones that are recognized in modern anatomy of human body. And Charak arrived at this figure by counting the teeth, joints and cartilage. Usually we have 206 bones, but in Charak Samhita, Charak mentioned about the 360 bones, and according to him, it is this number is counted as he counting about the teeth, joints and cartilage also along with the bones. So along with the bones, teeth, joints and cartilage, the number of bones in a human body is 360 according to him in Charak Samhita, whatever he mentioned in the Charak Samhita. Okay, so if we talk about the source, then the source of this question is page number 76 of class 6 NCERT as well. And moving to the next question, consider the following statements about the gods mentioned in the Rig Veda. So that is a very easy question. If अगर आपने थोड़ा भी अगर पढ़ा है, किसी भी महाभारत वगैरह कुछ देखा है, तो उसमें भी मेंशन है ये. First, Agni, the god of fire. Second, Indra, the god of winds. Third, Som, a warrior god. So select the correct answer using these codes given below, A, B, C and D. So the correct answer here is A, 1 only. Only the first statement is correct. See how? In Rig Veda, 3 gods are specially important. Like the Agni, the god of fire, we all know about that. And Indra, a warrior god, not a god of winds. Okay. God of winds is Pavan. We called him as Pavan. Okay. Som is both the name of God and a substance that is found in Hindu mythology, a plant from which a special drink was also prepared. So Som is not a, can't say that it is mentioned about the, it is a warrior god. Okay. So Som is a god also and is a plant also from which the special drink was prepared. So if we talk about the source, then the source is classic NCERT as well, page number 77, from where the question has been framed. Question number 8. Which among the following rivers which were worshipped as goddesses by the Rigvedic people? At the Rigvedic time, which goddess was worshipped by the Rigvedic people? A. Bees, B. Satlaj, C. both A and B, D. none of the above. कौन सी ऐसी रिवर थी जिसे वर्शिप किया जाता था वहाँ के पीपल के द्वारा, भगवान मान के? So the correct answer here is C. Both the statements are correct. Both options are correct, A and B. That is Bees and Satlaj, both rivers. Here is the information. Some of the hymns in the Rig Veda are in the form of dialogues. There is one part of one such hymn a dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and two rivers, Beas and Satluj, that were worshipped as goddesses at the time of Rigvedic people. So if we talk about source, then the source is page number 78 of class 78 of class 6 NCERT as well. Question number 9. Consider the following pairs. Sukta, well said. Yajna, sacrifice. Here are the words on the left side. On the left side in this pair, it is mentioned about the words, and on the right side it is mentioned about the meaning of these words. Like Sukta, well said. Yajna, sacrifice. Das, slave. Now select the correct answer using these code given below, A, B, C and D. So the correct answer here is D. 1, 2 and 3. All the statements are correct here. Because Rig Veda includes more than 1,000 hymns called Sukta as well as well said. And these hymns are in the praise of various gods and goddesses. And if we talk about Yajna, then it means sacrifices, or the offerings which are made into the fire, like ghee, grain, in some cases animals also. And if we talk about dasas, then it also means dasyos, or the slaves were the people who didn't perform sacrifice. This means slave. जो भी नौकर वगैरह दास बन के काम करते थे रूलर्स के अंडर, उनको कहा जाता था, who were often captured in the war. So the correct answer here is D. That is all the statements are correct here. And if we talk about the source, then the source is page number 79. Question number 10. Consider the following statements. First, the practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago. Second, Inamgaon is the site on the river Ganjal, a tributary of the Bhim. So select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, and neither 1 and 2. So the correct answer here is A, 1 only. Only the first statement is correct. Why? Because the practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago, and that is mentioned in the first statement, so it is correct here, and was prevalent through the Deccan, South India, in the northeast, and Kashmir. And if we talk about Inamgaon, that it is a site on the river Ghod, not in Ganjal, a tributary of the Bhim. Okay, so it was occupied between 3600 and 2700 years ago. So it is the incorrect option here, because Ganjal is not the river, it is Ghod. So the correct answer here is A option, that is first statement is correct only. And the source of this question is page number 80 of class 6 NCERT as well. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe the channel, like the video and hit the bell icon too, which will notify you earlier for the next videos. Thank you very much.